Today on the channel, we've got our look at the second in the latest G.I. Joe Classified Series RetroCard wave. We've got Sergeant Stalker on The Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another G.I. Joe Classified Series RetroCard review. This time we're looking at one of my favorites of all time, good old Stalker, who is in a more toy accurate deco to his 1982-1983 version. And there was a world where I thought I was going to skip this, but I wasn't probably really ever going to skip it. Stalker, as I said in the intro, is a big favorite of mine, and it's very, very difficult for me to not get one of his figures when they come out, but given my history with the character. So, one, he's a 13, an OG 13, one of the original 13 Joes, released in 1982, and they hold a special place in my heart for my collection. Anyway, I've done other videos on it. You can look them up. There's a G.I. Joe 25th anniversary, 50th anniversary video I did, and they always get some kind of a spotlight in G.I. Joe videos that I do. So Stalker, right up there, top really probably 3 of the original 13, given you got Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Hawk, and him in there. So you know those 4 characters right there are right off the break, the best. But they're all pretty great. So pick this guy up at my local comic book shop, and I'm going to get through him, and then very shortly thereafter, Cobra Commander will be getting a big spotlight here on the channel. So we're gonna deal with old Stalker right now, and he's looking pretty good. Packaging wise is reminiscent to his original 1982 packaging with the modern update. And you've got Stalker himself looking pretty good in the blister pack here. Got his pistol. Looks like he comes with most of what he came with before. You got your cross cell. As I stated, I'm going in reverse order on these guys. And you've got Stalker's file card, which is a shortened version of his original file card. Sergeant Stalker, Lonzo R. Wilkinson, Lonzo R. Role Ranger, primary military specialty infantry, secondary military specialty medic and interpreter, birthplace Detroit, Michigan. Generals may win campaigns, but it's the sergeants who win the battle, mostly by yelling and kicking butt. And actually this is from his version 3, the voice commanders line. It's not even from his original card. Functions well under high stress situations, intelligent, perceptive, moves like some sort of jungle cat, silent, fast, strong. That's from his original card. So a little bit of a mismatch. Actually, this is probably one of the better capsulized versions of the file cards that I've read. So there you go. So there you go. We've done our bit with the packaging. Not going to belabor it anymore. We're going to get old Stalker out and take a look. All right. So we got Stalker out of the package, and he comes with the familiar accessories that he came with on his original version, with one exception. He doesn't come with the scarf that they gave him. That also comes with number 52 Snake Eyes. But he does come with the same number of accessories because you're switching that out with the Classified Series RetroCard figure stand. He is identical in terms of the plastic to the original Stalker figure with one difference. And he's looking pretty good. And that difference is that his hands are no longer gloved. He just has ungloved hands on this version. So you can see his hands are, they don't have gloves. As ever, the portrait is pretty good. I still feel like, the only knock that I've had on this figure is that he just looks a bit too old. Hasbro has been doing a good job of sculpting African American characters, pretty good. But him and Doc, they just seem like just a little too old. But it's okay. It's not, whatever. He probably is a little bit older than some of the other Joes, but not that much older. Nevertheless, he looks good. You got the usual Stalker goodness. This body is one of the best bodies that they've done. They've used parts from it here and there in combinations and all together. Grunt has this body. RetroCard Snake Eyes has this body. Dusty has the legs. There's several figures that use the arms. It's all over the place, but it's a good body. One of the best. So never really gonna get too upset with it until the mold degradation starts. But so far that hasn't happened. At least not that I can tell. He's got the usual articulation for this particular body. Nothing seems to be amiss on the copy that I have. And yeah, he looks good. Taking off his little hat, which is not really accurate to the toy. Although there might have been promotional art that had Stalker with a camouflage beret. The actual figure always had a solid green beret. Give you a little close up here. He still got his scar, but instead of a fade, he has just straight, no fade, just the shape up in a sense. And when we get to the comparison section, you'll see what I mean. His accessories, like I said, they're the same accessories that come with the initial Stalker release and with RetroCard Snake Eyes. So we're going to gear them up as we go in the interest of speed. You got your 45 with the weird suppressor on it. Still weird. Definitely resisting going in. I think the last figure I did, the Cobra soldier had this same weirdness with the suppressor going into the holster. It was not as easy as you might think. And you got his HK / grease gun type of gun. The magazine that comes out and goes right there. Pop that in. No, the magazine doesn't really want to go with either. That's weird. Definitely don't remember it being this contentious on the original Stalker. But it's in there. Stick a little weapon in there, which is all loosey-goosey in here. Apply it to the backpack peg. And of course, you have his machine gun that he did come with as well, the original Stalker, with the magazine that also comes off. So, well armed. Don't really use this, but for the purposes of the video, I'll give it to him. Some nice and tight joints. Can go wrong, will go wrong. Murphy's Law style. And you got Stalker geared up. Like I said, it looks good. You know, it's really hard to kind of mess it up with this figure, this mold. Got your finish stamp, but we don't really need it. Now we can bring in a couple of comparisons. You know I'm never going to miss an opportunity to bring in good old RetroCard Snake Eyes. Sporting the same body, most of the same parts. And then of course you got OG Stalker. Looking pretty good. And it's so funny because both of them are great in their way. They both have media representation. This is sort of the version they used in the Skybound G.I. Joe comics, not the Larry Hama one, but the Energon Universe Stalker. And put these two guys together. And this one has a more matte finish to the face. This one's more shiny, which looks plastic. So, you know, guess you got that to worry about. Other than that, pretty much identical. This Stalker, of course, like I said, has a fade. And this Stalker does not, but he does have the scar. He didn't get rid of the scar. There you go. And unfortunately, I don't have Stalker's little scarf with me. But now that I have this one, I may actually display this one with the scarf on just to make it different. When we thought that this was the only Stalker that there was going to be, you know, the scarf didn't really make sense. But now it kind of does. So there you go. There's your three guys, two buddies. Now we can move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on G.I. Joe Classified Series RetroCard Stalker. Yeah, man, this guy's great. I'm pretty sure I gave the original version a 10 where I got a figured score because, you know, at the time it was pretty spot on to Stalker. But this one gives you all the, you know, action figure nostalgia toy feels. And I'm definitely all about it. So for me, you know, he's a 10. I'm gonna give him a 9 just because he's, you know, pretty much a carbon copy of the other Stalker with a couple of changes, but that's what you kind of really want. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I think I'm gonna keep him with a 10. You know, again, can't really dock things anymore for being reproduced, but this one I feel like is probably the one that I would want to use as my main Stalker. He's even a little bit better than the original, not by much, but just the nostalgia is just sort of pulling at me at this moment. So we're gonna go ahead with a 10. So there you go. So there's your Stalker RetroCard figure review. Thanks for watching, everybody. We got videos coming. I'm trying to get back to a regular schedule with all the topsy-turvy things going on in life. You know, but you know, I am going to maintain my channel and keep working to bring you guys great videos. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get that subscriber count up, so help us do that. And like I said, I'm gonna keep the content coming for you. Till next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.